What's up YouTube? Welcome to another exciting personal finance video. In this video I'm going to be talking about currency debasement and some change in the coins that happened a while ago. I just think it's really cool. I just recently got access again to some of my coins, and I don't usually take them out of storage for a while, so I thought I'd kind of showcase these things. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Just a quick reminder, if you guys are into this stuff, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and check out my website, My Road to Wealth and Freedom. Also, quick disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, guys. This is purely for entertainment only. Always consult with a financial advisor before making any money decisions like buying stocks or gold and silver or coin collecting or whatever you do. Okay, now that that's out of the way, guys, I just kind of want to show you some of, I guess, the history of currency debasement through Canadian quarters. So guys, this has been my collection. I've been trying to collect these quarters forever. I finally got the complete collection in varying degrees, varying grades and stuff like that. In Canada, basically our first quarters came out in 1870, and these are just incredibly beautiful quarters. I like the reef of like maple leaves, and you get the crown on top, 25 cents, 1870. On the back, it's Queen Victoria. Long time ago. These are quite collectible. They're not cheap. Even in the worst grades, these coins are like, I don't know, easily $50, something like that, give or take. And anyways, I just thought it'd be really neat. It's really cool. I just showed this to my kids the other day, and even they noticed it. I mean, you'll see as we go through, we have these beautiful silver coins, and gradually the silver content gets reduced until we end up with the nickel, and then eventually the nickel-plated steel that we have today. But these older ones, these Victorian coins, they were, of course, 1875. So when I did a video on, it's like basically the rarest, the queen of Canadian quarters, the rarest Canadian quarter, or at least one of them anyway. 1875H. These were all sterling silver. That's 0.925 silver, and all the way up. I'm missing 1893. I have it. It's just in a different. It's not in like a 2x2 flip. It's in an actual graded holder. And then after 1901, you get the 1902 series. That's King Edward. You'll see him on the back. This is like peak Victorian Canada, Victorian England, and stuff like that. Edward's around just before World War One. Again, these coins, these quarters, they were all sterling silver at 925. Because at that time the world was basically kind of on like a gold standard, right? Gold and silver were money. They were being exchanged and traded. Even nickels. I have old nickels too, and those old nickels, those were silver, sterling silver. Dimes, same thing, sterling silver. I just want to show you guys some more. And then we get into the reign of King George V. You can see him on the back. I got a good old King George V. So it's during his reign that we see the first change in the makeup of silver content in Canadian quarters, beginning with 1920. Starting in 1920, quarters are no longer sterling silver like they were up until 1919. They are now 80% silver. So at that point, they made the change. And of course, after 1921, due to they melted down a ton of silver, and they didn't even make quarters from 1922 to 26, and they started again in 27. So you can sort of see going through here in 1930s, 1936. It's the last year of that beautiful type of quarter. And beginning in 1937, they introduced the caribou, the iconic caribou design that we still have to this day. These are still 80% silver quarters, though. Just trying to give you guys a good view. These are some of just beautiful. I really love these old silver quarters. I collected, most of these are uncirculated. I'm missing the 46, but I got it in a different flip. It's a graded one, MS65. That 47 is just beautiful. There's a 47 maple leaf. Just so much different. I think I have a 47 dot somewhere too. I think that one's graded. 49. Just beautiful, beautiful quarters. And there's a noticeable difference, like, especially when you're looking at them, like, especially these caribou ones. These are mostly all they are all uncirculated quarters. Now we get into the reign of Elizabeth II, starting in 1953, and again, just beautiful quarters. Some of them have little toning spots and rim toning and that. Most of them don't, though. They're still pretty, like, bright, shiny. Again, these are all 80% silver. And we get down 65, 66, 67 is the centennial year, the Bobcat quarter. Everyone loves this. That is still 80% silver. 1968, 80% silver. But something happened in 1968. 1968, this was 50% silver. 50% silver. Then, partway through the year, you get this quarter, the nickel quarter. So right off the bat, and if I bring it out, you can see these beautiful shiny silver. Even the 50% silver, still pretty shiny. I can never tell the difference between 80 and 50. And then there's a noticeable difference between these quarters and these ones down here. And that's the way it is. There you go. 72, 73, small, large bust, another tough quarter to get. But again, these are all nickel quarters into the 80s, into the 90s, into the 1999. Canada had a million different quarters in the 90s. We had, 12 for 1992, 12 for 1999, 12 for the year 2000. Really cool collectible. Celebrating the millennium and stuff. And then that's basically it for this collection. Just thought I'd show you guys that. It was really sad to see that. Same thing happened with our silver dollars and 50-cent pieces. So yeah, I just recently did a video about my gold Canadian maple. I just picked up another one, guys. I don't know. We'll see where this stuff ends up. I can't wait to showcase. These 10-ounce bars are really hefty. I was going to get a 5-ounce, but the 5-ounce looks to me a lot like a 1-ounce silver bar, only just like 5 times thicker. A 10-ounce is noticeably larger. So I don't even have a 1-ounce bar at all. No 1-ounce bars. I only have 1-ounce coins. But yeah, I'm so happy I got another silver bar. Two. I bought the Scotiabank one, and I bought the RCM bar on this correction. I mean, I don't know. I also want to talk a little bit about gold and silver. I don't want to ramble on too much, guys. I know your time's important and whatnot, but maybe this is something that you're thinking about too. Why am I buying all this silver? Why am I buying all this gold? It's expensive. It's way more expensive this year than it was even last year, right? Hell, it's way more expensive even than it was back in February. But the reason that I'm buying this stuff is that, there, unfortunately, a lot of the gold, I don't know, a lot of the famous gold bugs, gold investors, like, Peter Schiff, and a lot of other people like Mike Maloney and all that. They all talk about, I don't want to like diss them because they're like really good guys and they got a lot of really good points and that. But like they're often considered by the mainstream investment community as kind of like fringe guys, doomers and gloomers. And that's kind of like the reputation that most gold bugs and stuff like that have. And I don't really consider myself a huge gold bug. I do see the value of precious metals though, and that I guess mainly comes out of my experience with coin collecting. So I was never one to like be like, oh, don't buy gold, don't buy silver. But one of the things somebody asked me a question, they're like, what do you see the Fed policy being and this and that? And nobody really has a crystal ball. Nobody truly can see the future. You can kind of look at trends and extrapolate. You can have your own opinion, use examples from history and stuff like that. But the fact of the matter is, everything's kind of debatable. There's a lot of good points on both sides. Um, so basically, my view, I'm just like a regular guy, regular investor. My thought was this: I don't know what the Fed's going to do. I don't know if the Fed's going to be able to get out of this mess. I don't know if the global economy will get out of this mess. It's likely 10 years from now, are we going to be in a depression or are we going to be growing? I don't know. My guess is that we're probably going to be growing. And everything that's kind of happening now it will be passe, just like the events of 2008, 2009 were passe, and like the tech bubble, the dot-com bubble. Um, but I do want to say what makes this time different, because there's like investors tend to fall into this, oh, everything has changed, the whole world's changed now, this is a game changer, everything's done, and it never really is. um, but I think what a lot of the regular, maybe mainstream investment community is waking up to is the fact that not so much that this time is different, that we're not going to be able to get out of this mess, um, but there is a possibility that we might not be able to get out of this mess. And that distinction is really, really important. Because in 2008, 2009, as bad as that was, people kind of had faith that we would be able to kind of get out of it. It was dicey, no doubt about it. It was dicey for a while. We were kind of teetering on the edge, but ultimately, I think people had faith in the system, in the Fed, that we would be able to kind of get out of this mess and things would be fine again. Um, I think for a lot of people, a lot of investors, whether they say it or not, um, I think that faith is shaken for sure. And I think a lot of people have kind of started to lose faith altogether. And, we've seen little driblets of this kind of thing with like Warren Buffett buying like shares of Barrick Gold. Ray Dalio, he's been talking about importance of owning gold forever now. Um, but I think as that kind of shifts and more the mainstream public kind of sort of see the writing on the wall and start to lose faith, um, I think you're going to see people rush into gold and silver. And that's why they always talk about like a gold bull market is crazy at the very end, because it's just a massive rush into this market. And same with the silver too, right? These metals just explode astronomically higher. Now, I'm not buying this stuff as a speculator. I'm not smart enough to be successful doing that. But I'm buying this, as I've always said from day one, this is kind of a hedge. I'm not gambling. I'm not trying to live beyond my means. I'm not trying to do anything. I think personally, I'm worried enough that I've been buying more gold and silver than really I ever have. Um, I've had a lot of gold and silver from my coin collection, but that was like, a slow and steady, pace of buying over many, many years. This year, I've actually started to really kind of jump in and pick up, start stacking ounces, basically. Um, Although I don't quite consider myself a stacker. But these are just kind of some of the reasons, or well, that's the main reason why I am buying gold and silver. Um, it's just because, maybe the Fed will one day normalize things. Maybe they'll be able to unwind their balance sheet. Maybe politicians will start spending within their means. Like, yeah, right. Everybody's laughing, right? Like, you can sort of see the writing on the wall. Maybe it's not going to happen this time. Maybe we get through another market cycle and then the big one comes. I don't know where it's going to end up. I don't know. Um, I don't have a crystal ball, but I do understand the need to balance and diversify my investments and my personal wealth. I got a lot of my money tied up in real estate. I got just as much, if not more, tied up in the stock market. Um, how much do I have in precious metals? Probably, I don't know. I think now it's probably close to maybe, 5%, something like that. 3%, 4%, somewhere. 3 to 5%. So it's not like I'm massively overweight this stuff. Um, I do also own some paper gold, uh, just because it's just easier to sell. Um, but I am, whenever possible, trying to stack these, and these are like long term holds. You buy these things, you put them away. I never plan to sell this stuff. Hopefully, I never need it. My kids can inherit it and do with it what they like. Hopefully, they'll be smart and hang on to it, because you just never know when this stuff might come in handy. Um, so, yeah, guys, that's it for today. Kind of went on a little bit. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Once again, please subscribe to my channel if you're into this stuff. Like the video, it really helps me out and helps get our message out to more people. And be sure to come by my website, My Road to Wealth and Freedom. I always throw up articles, just kind of my thoughts. You can share them, comment on them. I really like engaging in discuss. So many people want to talk offline, like kind of out of the comments and that, and it's kind of unfortunate, because a lot of you guys really have great questions, and not only that, you guys are also super knowledgeable too. So I feel like it's kind of a two-way street. Maybe you learn a little bit from me. Maybe I learn a lot from you guys. I know just the questions. Some of you guys have been stacking for years. Some of you guys have been like investing and into the options. Like, it's just crazy. Like, I just really amazed, and I like you. And nowadays, you really can't soak up enough knowledge about these kind of things. So I do appreciate the conversation, guys. That's all for today. Take care.